Hey loves, welcome back to Us Always. Today we'll be doing our first story time, and it's a story that's highly requested, right babe?
You tell me.
What do you mean?
Well, you tell
I
me.
always tell you. Yeah, because a lot of our supporters have been asking for us to basically tell
How
us
she fell in love with this.
know how we met, the
And
story of how we met.
how you fell in love with me
Okay.
when you first laid eyes on me.
Okay, so
Back in the day.
wait, babe.
Why, you gonna
I
cry
don't know.
already?
No, I don't know how to
Oh,
start
you do love
it.
me.
Oh my God. I don't even know where to begin with this story.
The date?
Okay, so we met back in October
It was
of
what day?
October 13th.
Okay, just making sure
We
because I know all the
met
dates.
we met October 13th of 2011. Maybe you should go first. What's your side first?
Well, the 13th
Okay,
of
no,
October.
let me start. Okay. Okay, so basically we're gonna like kind of warm up our way to the day of. Long story short, I was a single mom for over a year. It was only me and JJ. I was, dating but never found the Mr. Right because the way I always seen it is I'm a package deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was kind of picky like with who I chose because like I couldn't be selfish. It had to be like me and JJ and someone, like I always wanted someone to love us as a package, not just someone to love me or just someone to love him. Like it had to be us together. So
But hold on. But what's funny is before I even met you, like a couple of weeks before we met, I was talking to my mom and I was like, I want to meet somebody that has a kid already, which is crazy because I was like, I don't want to deal with having to deal with the baby waking up, all the things as a newborn. And I was like, I want somebody that's like has a baby that's 2 years old. And this is legit. I'm telling the truth. I told my mom literally like 2 weeks before I met her.
and yeah, and JJ was
Two.
only 2 years old. So one day, I was going out a lot because I was a single mom, and my mom always told me like, you're young, live your life. As long as I can watch, JJ, then it's fine for you to go out. So, like I was
But
always
we were
going,
just 21 as well, so we
yeah.
were all up in the clubbing scene.
Well, anyway, so I was always out, and one day, I was always that girl at the club. Like if a guy tried to approach me, I was like that stuck up girl that didn't want to like no, I'm okay. Or my friend would like come and save me. I'll be like pinching her, and she'll come and save
That's what
me.
she said.
No, so
I don't
that
know.
one day, which is October 13th, I told my friend, I was like, I'm gonna let loose. Like, I'm gonna freaking give my number out to every guy that asked for my number.
But she
Like,
should only give it to me, but whatever.
so when I said literally let loose, like I like let loose. Like I was all over the place, just like at the end of the night, I think I was in like texting like four different guys or
And we'll get
something like
into that
that.
because the next day I'll tell you something about that whole situation.
But I remember I was pretty drunk. Like, don't get me wrong, I was pretty drunk, but I still remember. I remember you coming up to
Well,
me.
hold on, let me say
Okay, let's do your
before
side
I
of the
got
story.
to the
Yes.
club.
Okay.
So I was single as well. We were both single. We were doing our own thing, you know what I mean? And I was like super into clubbing. It was me, all my homies would always go out, go drink. Actually, I wouldn't drink. Before I met her, I never drank at all. Like literally, I would only go to the club to go dance, to just go party. And my homies, I would be like, "Let's go, fool, don't trip. I got you. I'll buy you a drink, la la la," and get these fools tore up. Anyways, on October 13th is actually the day that my grandma passed away, and I wasn't even supposed to go out. I was not gonna go clubbing, nothing. Like my mom had went to my grandma's house, and cause she was calling her and she didn't answer, so my mom was like, something's going on. So my mom went over there and she actually found her, and she was deceased. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill. Like all my family went to my house, and then my homie's like, hey, like, are we still gonna go out? I was like, I don't know. Like I got all my family here. He's like, dog, let's just go out, like get your mind off of it, like don't even think about it, like try not to dwell on it, like don't be sad, like let's just go out, let's go have fun, let's get your mind off it. So I was like, you know what, let's go. Like I told my mom, like, hey, I don't want to be here, like I don't want to be crying, I don't want to be all sad, like I'm gonna take my mind off it, I'm gonna go out. My mom's like, nah, you need to stay, and I was like, nah, like I'm cool, like I don't want to be here, I don't want to see everybody be crying. So I was like, let's go. So it was me and my homie. Everybody else lagged, so it was just me and one friend. And what's funny though is, so as soon as we walk into the club, like literally as soon as we walk in, I see this girl, which is her. The first thing I see is some big ass titties. I was like, hey, fool, I was like, hey, check her out, dog. I said, she got some titties on me. And he's like, where? He's all, look. I was like, right there, look, 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 look. And he was like, oh, go get at it. And I was like, all right, you know what I mean? I was like, shh, I got this. So I went up to her, you know what I mean? And I was like, girl, what's your name? And then like that, her panties dropped.
Calm down.
Nah, I'm playing. Hold on. Let me get back. Reverse. So anyways, I was like, hey, look at that girl, da, da, da. And then, so we make our rounds, you know what I mean? I was telling everybody what's up. And then I see her in a group of friends. It was her, like, 5 other friends, right? And it was just me and my homie. So I used this weird-ass pickup line. I was like, hey, my homie wants to dance with you. And then she came back at me and was like, what's up with you? And I was like,
no, babe. I was like, where's your friend, right?
nah, but then she
so
seen him.
He points to his friend. And what's crazy is like, we're like all like really good friends with them, you know?
But what's funny though is she's like, well, what's up with you? You straight was like,
okay,
what's up with
that,
you?
I did say that, but I was like, okay, so where's your friend, right? So when he's like, oh, he's over there, I look over there and he's like scary, like he didn't want to look at me. So I was like, no, so what's up with you? Like, let's dance.
And I was like, girl, you about to get worked.
And then
I'm about to work that ass right now.
What's funny is like he kept bugging me like, oh, let me buy you a drink.
Okay,
let me buy you a drink.
How do you start a conversation?
Yeah, but
we're grown. I was like, you know what? Let me buy you a drink. Let me be a gentleman. I was like, let me get you a drink. Let me talk to you. Let's go to the bar. Let's talk a little bit. Let me get to know you.
I kept telling him that
she was already fucked up.
I was really, really drunk, and I like at that time, I know it's so stupid, never drink and drive, but back then I always used to drink and drive. Like I would get so messed up at the club and then have to drive all the way back to Delano to my mom's. And yeah, so don't ever drink and drive because that's the most like...
You could tell me another story on that situation.
Oh yes, oh my god, yes. If you guys do like story times, time out. If you guys do like these story times, I do have another story time, kind of like a lesson learned of why I don't drink and drive anymore. But anyways, let's go back to the story. So yeah, so Bo, you know, was like, let me buy you a drink. And I'm like, no, I'm super fucked up. Like, I have to drive home. I still have to drive home. And then like, you disappeared. Or no, we exchanged numbers.
I was like, let me get your number. Because my homie was over there like by himself. Nah, not really. Because I was like, hey, fool, come here. And he was dancing with her friend after he stopped being a little girl.
No, not yet.
No, because then I was like, let me get your number. We were dancing a little bit, and I was like, hey, let me get your number. So then she gets my number.
And then
not even 5 minutes later, she was like, hey, where you at? Come back, come back. I was like, hold up, girl. Like, I'll be back. Like,
okay, so me and my girls, you know, like how it is when you go to a club and you know, you're in a group of like a group with girls, the guys will invite you over to their VIP. So we were in VIP. And I'm looking down, and tell me why I see Bo. Like I have my drink in my hand and I'm dancing, and I look down at Bo and like he's straight grinding on a girl, like tongue out and on. I was like,
and I was looking at her doing it.
Like he was like staring at me while grinding at a girl, grinding on a girl.
I had her up like, against the rails, huh?
I was like, oh hell no.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, but like the rest of the night is a little foggy to me, but I do recall us walking out and like you...
No, but what happened was she was texting me.
Oh yeah.
She's like, hey, where you at? And then I was like, I'm going to the restroom, whatever. She's like, come back, come dance with me. And I was like, hold on, I'll be back like in 5 minutes. Like, hold up. So then we ended up dancing a little bit more. And then at the end...
We danced?
Yeah.
See, I don't even remember us dancing. I was pretty messed up.
Yeah, but I kept trying to buy her a drink. I was like, let me get you a drink.
My friend ended up having
I was only offered a drink to talk to her. Like, if you're dancing, you can't really talk. You get to know each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can.
Anyways, though, from the moment she seen me, though, she was already in love.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't from the moment I seen you. It was the next day. After that, like that whole day of us, like, okay, anyways.
Yeah, get to the next day.
We, cause
No,
me and
okay.
my girls, we ended up going to the, okay, so we
Before
say our goodbyes.
before they left though, we all walked out at the same time.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, where you going?" La da da da. And I was like, "Where you guys gonna go?" She's like, "Well, we're gonna go to the hookah, this and that." But what's funny though is she doesn't recall. But she was trying to kiss me.
No.
Like she was giving me a hug and she was all trying to kiss me. You could say
Babe,
you were.
I probably try to reach over and give you a hug and I kissed your neck.
She said she wasn't trying to kiss me.
Okay, but
she
maybe
was
I
trying to
said
kiss
maybe
me.
I did because that night I did tell myself I was gonna let loose, but I will still stand by. I did not try to kiss him.
Anyway, so they went to the hookah and it was me and my homie. I ended up getting pulled over.
I know, because I was like, hey, like, where are you at? I'm waiting for you here. Like, are you coming? Like, what's going on? And he texts me saying,
I was like, I ended up getting pulled over right down. Anybody's from Bakersfield down Coffee headed to Flames and Skewers. So I ended up getting pulled over. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna call it a night. Like, I'm cool. Good thing I don't drink. So the next morning, I had texted her. I was like, hey, what are you doing? You know what she responds? She's like, who this? She was like, who's this? And I was like, it's Bo. She's like, Bo who? And I was like, the guy with the colored eyes. She's like,
I was like,
you have colored eyes?
Like,
and
I don't remember. And he's like, the one with the tattoos.
I'm cool.
He
I
was like,
I'm cool. Like,
he was like, the one with
nah.
the tattoos. And I was like, the guy with the tattoos. Like,
I was like, really? This girl didn't remember me? I was like, I'm cool. Like, nah, I'm not even gonna text her.
But babe, you gotta give me the benefit of the doubt. It was dark at the club.
She thought she was texting my cousin. She thought me and my homie were cousins. She's like, which one are you?
Well, I got confused.
But I was like, oh, but hell no. Really?
Oh my god.
So then she's like, send me a picture of you. And I was like, I guess, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
And he sends me a picture of him from like a couple months back.
It was me in a hat. When I had it was a green hat. I remember the picture I sent you.
But didn't you have long hair?
Not
yeah,
picture.
you did.
No, I had a hat on. That was a picture like a few days later.
Oh, okay. Anyways.
Yeah, the picture I sent her, I was in a white tee, a hat, and I had glasses on. You don't remember I had the glasses?
Oh yeah, the one that says the stripper thing on the shirt.
Yeah, party with strippers. Yeah, that one. And I had the hat.
Well, that's the one that was on your Facebook.
Yeah, that one. So I ended up sending her a picture. She's like, "Oh damn." She's like, "You fine."
I remember you.
Yeah, then she was like, "Oh, I
knew
remember you."
exactly who he was. I just don't ever remember. I mean, at the club it's so dark, so let alone like I was drinking, and was that the doorbell?
I think it was, huh?
I don't know. It's okay. If it's important though.
You ring it again.
Yeah.
It's for the neighbors, the kids.
So yeah, I didn't recall him having colored eyes, and then he was wearing like a long sleeve shirt, right, rolled up.
Yeah.
So like literally, like how am I gonna see this much of tattoo? Like.
But did I even? Oh, I did. I only had the California. No, yeah. I had both these.
No, you didn't have the koi fish.
Yeah, I did. No. I got the. Trust me, I had the koi fish and the California. I got these back to back.
I don't know, but. Point is, I didn't remember him having tattoos. I didn't remember, but when I seen his Facebook, I was like, ooh, he has tattoos. I was like, hell yeah. I was like,
how did I remember none of this?
That was a plus.
I was like, damn, she didn't even see me.
And then
she gave me her number.
And then I was going to work that day, huh? I was going to work that day.
Well, what's funny is that me and my homie were going to Bakersfield, and I was like, hey, what's up? Where you live at? So I go see you. I said, me and my homie are headed to Bakersfield. I'll go by real quick and say hi. And then little did I know, she's like, Bakersfield. She's like, I live in Delano, which is literally like 15 minutes away from Wasco. So I was like, ooh, girl, you live close. And I was like, well, I'll hit you up when I get back from Bakersfield.
Yeah, so when he had texted me, I think I was like an hour away, from going to work. It was like in the evening.
No, it was in the afternoon.
Yeah, but I think we met at the park, and then from there I went to work. Because I was already in my...
uniform?
In my uniform.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so he had went to go see me, and he came with his little posse of friends. And literally, like, since that point on, we've been inseparable. Like, even... I
literally moved in like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, like, he literally moved into my mom's house.
Like 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later. Like, he was always there. Like he wouldn't even leave, like nothing. Like he was always there. I think the only time he went to his mom's house was to shower.
Before I would go no, after work. It was
Because
when
you were
when,
working,
it's when you went to work. I would
no,
go.
I would be at school. Because
Yeah,
I
and
was
I would
going
go
to
home.
school
I
by
would go with my
day.
mom and
So
dad to
you
go
would go
sleep.
home and sleep, and then when I got out of school, you would come over to my mom's.
Yeah.
And then from there I would go to work, but then you'd go to your mom's or do whatever you had to do.
Yeah, because I wasn't trying to be there
But
by
literally like
myself. You know what I
2
mean?
weeks later.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
like I knew he was the one. I knew he was the one from the moment that, you know, like he wasn't that type of guy to be like, oh, go find a babysitter. And I'm like, oh no, like I can't. Like he would be like, oh, you can't? Well then that's all right. Like, well, he was the type that, oh, we'll watch a movie or something at home. Like he never forced me to be like, oh, find a babysitter, find a babysitter, find a babysitter. Like he
nah,
was
me and JJ
such
too,
like
instantly bonded.
yeah, like him and JJ, like it was just so crazy. Like their bond became so strong, like right away, huh?
Remember, he would always be like, phone, my work
Yeah.
phone. What's crazy is
Like he was barely even talking.
when I had the job I have now, but we used to have these Nextels. They used to be like the
Like the
walkie-talkie phones,
walkie-talkies.
and legit, like as soon as because he tap it, it would make a noise, and he would be like phone. So I'd get my phone, and legit, like he would like chirp my boss sometimes, and then he would and I would put on like vibrate, and then he would lose it. I'd be like, oh, my work phone.
Yeah, it was so cute. Like, I don't know, it just made my heart happy to finally like be able to have that father figure for JJ and as well like have that support person for me, you know? And then like from that point on, I was like, it was literally like 2 weeks in, huh, babe?
But what I
Like,
think is funny is how people say you'll never find love in a club.
yeah.
We
'Cause
literally we
did.
literally met at a nightclub.
And then I told him, and I was the one to first tell him that I love him. Like 2 weeks later, I was like, I think
No, what she said was illy, and I was like, what
Illy.
the fuck is illy?
It's ILY.
Yeah,
I love
but
you.
I've never in my life heard that shit. She's like, illy, and I was like, looking around, I was like, what the fuck is illy? She's like, you don't know what illy is? I was like, no. She's like, because it said ILY, and I was like, the fuck? And then that's when she wrote it back, and I was like, oh, all right. I love you too.
And what was crazy, like, I don't know if this is appropriate or not, but like, never mind, I'm not even gonna say it. I'll just say that I gave it up like a week later.
It was a little after a week. She's lucky though that she didn't give it up like the next day.
I
Because
literally,
if it was literally like the next day, then this probably wouldn't be where we're at
and I
today.
had told my friend, I
Because
was
one
like,
night stands and all this other bullshit, like that's a turn off. You're not gonna take somebody serious that lets you hit literally the first day. She made me work for it, and literally
not that hard though, cause I wanted
but
it.
literally I was kicking with her like every day, like hitting her up, texting her, and literally because I had to like work for it, I think that's what made me fall in love with her even more.
But then I felt like it was
wasn't
too
like
soon.
wham bam, thank you, man.
But then like on my point of view, I felt like it was way too soon. I had even told my friend like, damn girl, like I think I screwed up. Like I think I gave it up way too soon. Like you're gonna think I'm easy and this and that.
Nah.
And then I was like, but you know what? I was like, it is what it is. You can in due time. It's either gonna make us or it's gonna break us. So we'll see. And look at us now.
I waited long enough. I know,
Look at us now.
Time flies, like literally flies.
Yeah. Okay, so that concludes our story time of how we met. And like I said, if story times is what you guys want to see, and if you guys did like this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And then also let us know down below if you guys do want to see or hear, or yeah, see more, see or hear more
And turn
story
your
times.
post notifications on.
Yes, and don't forget to subscribe down below as well.
But also too, I think our relationship worked or is working because we weren't looking for love. Literally, like we were just having fun. We were not out trying to find somebody. We were just living life, and then
It just
we
happened.
found each other.
Like literally
that's
when
what's
you
crazy.
least expect it, that's when.
Like I was not looking for a relationship at all.
Yeah.
And then it literally just like fell in my hands.
I wasn't either. That's why I was like, you know what? You know, like I'm just gonna let loose, and that's what I did, and I found you, babe.
That's what I'm talking
No,
about.
you found me. Anyways, but if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below, and let us know down in the comments if you guys want to see more story times, because we have plenty, huh?
There's quite a few.
If you guys want to hear that story about me almost getting a DUI,
Damn, that was crazy.
yeah, let me know down below. And we will see you guys in our next video.